Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome. I was certain I was forgetting something. I just didn't know what. How is everyone? Holy moly. This has been a couple of months. Hey, Filling. Hey, Lord Getface. Hey, Holtz. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Wick Central, the Ranch Kid. Hey, Bill. Hey, Thomas. Hey, Andres. Everybody hear me okay? Should. Okay, good. Hey, Justin and Mike. I was born on a Friday and Frostbite and Collie. How are folks? Hey, Cliff. Maurice and Bill. JD and Steve. Cobra. How are folks? Hey, Nick. Oh, boy. You know what I should do? Just so JD doesn't feel left out. Where are you? There you are. Just so you can post any links if you want to. There you go. And Nemi. I'll clean all these up eventually, but I'll get you guys able to post links. There we go. Hey, Tohos. Thanks for being a member for 46 months. Wow. Hey, Martin. Oscar up here now. Forgot your coffee. I almost forgot my coffee. I thought I was doing good on time this morning, and then suddenly I wasn't. Hey, Andy. Hey, Christian, the Ranch Kid. Martin, thanks for being a member. Green Banner Day. Hey, John. Oh, boy. Okay, so printer's back here, but I did remember to put it on the Lazy Susan, so this way all these umbilical cables aren't just sitting there in the middle of the camera view. So, hey, Bob, welcome. Filing taxes. Yeah, I've got at least another month until I'm thinking about that. About a month until I'm thinking about that. Let me get this thing over here and point it at the printer. Let's see, what do we got here? Yeah, not quite. Oop. There we go. You see the Spoolbot in the background. Lazy Steve. So yeah, this thing is changing tools. It is changing tools on all the tools, thanks to some help and reassurance from the Draft Shift Design folks yesterday. Huge thanks to them. I had run into some frustrations earlier in the week trying to get this set up, and looked at it with fresh eyes yesterday and some help from the Draft Shift folks, and I've got them all in a good spot. Hey, 1066, thanks for being a member. Oh, you're gonna miss it. That's a bummer. Which one is the bot? In the back, the red. So yesterday on stream, here, let's just, where is the top? Let's look at this guy. Let's see what the cat thinks. Rod, thanks for being a member. So, Spoolbot is done. Googly eyes and all. Let's set those aside. It is all wire managed and cleaned up. I've got a temporary lipo in there, but I'm working on building some nickel metal hydride packs. This is one we did on stream yesterday. I haven't gotten back to that. But this is the Spoolbot by Matt Denton. I am expecting to take it with me to Smurf, but it is working. If I turn this thing on, it does a little thing there, and I'm not going to put the googly eyes on for this, but put that on there. It's held on with magnets. And if I turn on the remote, the weight distribution on it isn't quite right. Hey, Deanna. But if I turn it on, I can... It will move around. So this was on the member stream. Pooch and I didn't get a chance to finish it up on Friday. So we spent yesterday building a battery pack, learning how to use a little spot welder, and wiring managing it. So not worrying about TSA. No, I think I'll be okay. This is for the batteries, it's nickel metal hydride. Otherwise it's being checked on in my regular luggage. But yeah, this is really cool. This is my practice droid, is what I'm considering it, because I'm planning on building the DO, which is a Star Wars droid that's very similar in concept to this, but has a head and stuff. So stick with the creeping crud for 3 days. Uh-oh. Thanks for being here, Bill. So anyway, it works and I'm happy. So it is relatively quiet. Turn that off. Like I said, I just have a LiPo in here right now, but for proper weight distribution, these guys will go in here and it should work a lot better. So hopefully have that driving around at Smurf. I am hoping that my luggage is the TARDIS. It's bigger on the inside because I'm expecting to be taking a lot with me, and that I'm a little worried. Hey Neil. Hey Gurgman. Hey Chad and Holtz. Hey Vince. Hey George. Old tanks we used to make with thread spools, elastic bands, and matches. Yes. Yes. I remember that. Okay. Mr. Hey Bearded Bucket. Hey Gerard. Andy and Friction. Robert. Joel. Okay. Let's see here. Let me show you. We'll see what kind of view we can get. Mozen, thanks for being a member. Let me run here. I gotta put tool for the picture. I just took it off. I gotta put tool 0 back on. Let's do a home. Let's see here. So I am going to give away another round of entries into the Voron 2 Serial 0 raffle. This is the last ones. The event is next weekend. A week from today, we're drawing for that. And so I figured I'd give away another round of entries. And then a roll of Polymaker Filament. So those links are in the description. And most importantly, the link to buying your own entries is in the description. We're up to $7,500 earned towards the Sanjay Mortimer Foundation, and that is fantastic. That is beyond expectations. I'd really like to see that hit 5 digits though. That would be amazing. And Grant will never catch us. Grant has a goal of earning more for the foundation than we have. So let's make sure he doesn't do that. There are options that are very, very affordable for chances to win that. And you only need one chance to win. Okay, let's QGL. So that link is in the description. Hey Dan, welcome. Let's see. Good to see the light counter go up. There we are. Let me see. Let me bring that view up. So we're going to do a QGL here. So the goal today is mostly to kind of do some final checks. I'm not going to do a comprehensive check. It just takes so long. So I'm going to do like a sanity check, rotation distance on extruder 0. And I'm going to apply that to the rest of the tools. That's not what you'd want to do for a final, like get perfect prints. You'll want to do each individual tool, but for the purposes of the stream, I think I'm just going to do tool 0. And then since I'm running the same extruders on all, same hot ends on all. I'm going to apply it across. I'll want to fine tune that later. But for the purpose of being able to get a printout today, we're going to do that. We're going to play around a little bit with the Ember Prototypes camera for offset calibrations, but I don't know a lot about it. They're new stuff, new software. We're going to try, what is this called? Axiscope by Nick and Nemi. And we're going to set that up and try that. And hopefully by the end of the stream, we're going to start a print. And I'm going to print my little maker chip, the Steve Builds maker chip. And that's going to be the goal. And if we can, we're going to take a quick video of that and apply for serial number. Because you have to have at least 2 tools printing. You have to show the shuttle and you have to show it printing. So this is not the last stream in this series. So the print today is just kind of bonus. It's working. We're going to validate that everything is good. And then we will be back after the event to do the top hat and close it. Our final print on this will be an ABS ASA. So, what else? Hey, Zombie, welcome. Hey, Steve, if we're running the same hardware on all tools and you'll be within margin of, that's what I figured, Shadow Steve. You're absolutely right. And it's just a matter of efficient time spent on the stream. Okay, so there's a little macro that does a random tool changes. It moves back to whatever Z or whatever position you were in, including Z in between. So for the interest of these not taking forever, I'm going to move this up before we start that macro. Hey, Brent. Hey, Kenneth. Color combination, blue frame, green accents, gray parts. Will you enclose it? Oh yeah, absolutely. I have all the panels. I have the top hat. It'll be fully enclosed. And it'll be we will enclose it on stream. I didn't enclose Mad Max on stream, that kind of thing. This one will get enclosed while we're live. So, okay, so this is up. I may be able to shift, or maybe I'll grab my second camera to get a good. I'm not running things at full speed yet. I don't expect to run things at full speed today. Today is a build validation day. Let's get a simple print. Next stream, we'll kick the speeds up. I feel like I could probably fine tune some of my dock locations still, but I've already gone through 120 tool changes on this without incident. So using this little macro here. So I'm gonna grab this so I can maybe get us a little closer view of it doing tool changes. Go. Just put that right there for right now. Okay. Let's do 20 tool changes. I'm going to watch this for the first couple just to make sure. And then I'll switch over to this other camera. But it's going to, it picks a random tool to change between. Okay, so let's get. I'm going to have a little bit of shaky cam here, but I want to get a little better view for you guys. What's going on? We'll come around something like this. But yeah, it's working pretty good. What do you think? I'm happy with that. I feel like this will be 140 tool changes when this is done. That it's done so far. Do you have any filament sensors? No. No filament sensors are set up. Okay, I'm gonna set this down. My arm's getting tired. Okay, let me catch up. Nokia top hat. Somehow I don't. There's an extrusion top hat that'll go on here. That from here is over 80. Today's high 61. It's 61 right now here. Can you print the Snapmaker U1 Dragon? I am not going to be printing that today. We could look at that as another print to do, but I'm just going to print my maker chip, the new version of my maker chip. This guy. It's a nice little 5-color print, and it should be relatively quick. I've got it fairly optimized for tool changes. I'm interested in your filament loading macro in that case. Filament loading macro is me doing nip, 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 nip. That's my macro. Need some lights in the case. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I got to figure out maybe, ooh, I wonder if the underside of this would be a good spot. Maybe put it right underneath the docks to where it's just kind of straight down. I like that. I might put it to where it probably bolts from the bottom side, but sets right behind this extrusion pointing down at the plate. I might try that. Kevin, welcome. Are you going to be in Manchester? I'll have a pile of these. You put a light bar on the top hat itself so it's hidden. Okay. So that just did 20 tool changes. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's go ahead and put tool 0 back on it. Aw, and I'm not going to be at Murph this year. Hey, Color Prince, welcome. Did you get the tool head figured out? Hey, Caleb. Oh, Rocky Mountain. I'll see you at Rocky Mountain. There you go. I'll see you at Rocky Mountain. Okay, that is in place. What do we need to do? We need to... Are all of these clean? All of these should be clean. I don't think I've extruded plastic from them. So let's do offset calibrations before I do extrusion multiplier calibration, because it'll be cleaner. Sorted it out. Bad Nighthawk. Yep. Or reprint some clicky stuff. Got it. Okay. Axiscope. We're going to play around with Axiscope. So let's go to the docks. So this is a StealthChanger docks. And in the offsets, we've got available methods. I did install the sex ball, but we're going to play with the camera first. Axiscope, semi-automatic camera-based visual alignment, gives you the ability to visually see and calibrate the XY offsets through a magnified lens. Z offset is handled by use of a Z end stopper probe. And for Z offset, we're probably actually going to do the paper method for today. This is just get the thing printing in multicolors today. It's not the last stream. So it is actually cold out here now. I've turned the AC on yesterday because it was hot. Steve Alpha, yes. That's the answer, yes. Dude, you are insistent. I gotta turn the temperature up in here. Okay. You could use sex ball with Axiscope to get it close. We can see. If you can help me walk through that, I'm down. But so we're going to do Axiscope, and I think this link, yep, this is going to take us to a GitHub page here. And let me post this link here. Okay. Let me see. Where is this guy? Is being insistent, so let's give him a treat. This is 2 days in a row you get this. We trimmed his claws yesterday, and this guy hates his claws being trimmed, but if he's eating this, not a care in the world. You gotta work for it. Here, right here, right here. You see this? You see this? Down here? Down here? You look that up for me? Thank you. Hey, Nogarot. Hey, Phil. Yep. The hope is that he's a little less insistent on attention once he's had his treats. Here you go. This is the last bit. I'm not giving you this whole thing today. I'll find Felix and give him the rest. There you go. There you go. Right there. Right there. Get that off my hand. Thank you. Okay. I need a napkin. I'm gonna need 2, so. Okay. That's over here. We'll need that later. Oh, 3. USB hub on an out had 36. Doesn't seem to show up with a ls USB command in the Linux console. Would it? As a hub, if it's just a dumb hub? Where did you find the numbered ant head cowls? I'm reprinting my stuff right now, but can't find those cowls. There should be a link in the description. So they are a mod done by Traxman. And I have linked all the mods that I've done on this printer that are available out there in the description. So, okay, let me scroll up here. This is Axiscope. Daniel, thanks for the super chat. So Axiscope by Nick and Nemi. Axiscope is a specialized tool designed to simplify the XY calibration process for multi-tool 3D printers running Clipper toolchanger plugin using camera assisted alignment. That's a streamlined interface for manual XY calibration and no calculation required. So let's give this a try. Let's see what happens. Hardware requirements. We have the, let me see where I put that. The Ember Prototypes V2 camera is the new one. We have it. We have it around here somewhere. Oh, there it is. We are going to, Phil was very kind to send me one of these. He sent me one of the V1 ones a few years ago that I have used for aligning the, I used it to align my index trident. I used it on the Tridex when we had that. And I've used it on the Phoenix. So this guy, it does have a function for Z offset calibration. What I don't know, that feels like plastic, so it would have to be a cold. I imagine it would have to be a cold calibration. But we will look at that later. But today I just want the camera. And speaking of, thank you for the gifted memberships. Okay, this has a port here for this switch that can go to an end stop. Yes, I know that I left the treat. I left the half-eaten treat there. Let me put this somewhere where I'll see it later, but is out of cat reach. So there's a cable so you can hook it up to a Z end stop, so you can trigger this in software, and then a regular cable for USB. This does appear, yep, it's a 2-meter cable. So we're gonna grab those. That's gonna plug into the printer. I have a USB port snuck out the bottom of the skirt here to plug that into the Pi, because that's what we'll need to do for the Axiscope. Now there's other ways. There is software that Ember Prototypes provides. It runs on your computer. I could plug this into the computer and run that software, but our first test here is going to try using Axiscope. Oh, you can control the LEDs with the aux cable. Cool. What are you doing? There's no more treats in there. I moved them. Just as crazy bright as V1. Okay. Okay, so let's go back here. So pre-assembled option, a fully assembled camera with long USB cable can be purchased from Ember Prototypes. Z calibration requirements. If you want to use automatic Z calibration, an end stop switch mounted in a known position, and configuration added to your printer config. So we'll look at that. So we want to install this. Clipper tool changer is already installed. Camera setup in Crowsnest. So let's set this camera up. Okay, so let's plug this thing in. That. This one also has, I saw in the docs, pre-located holes here for fixed mounting. What I think was a 2-28, number 228 screw. There's nothing in there for you. Pest. A pest. There. The bottom surface on the samples is ugly, but I'll be fixing that on production versions. Looks like some build plate scratches. Feels flat though. Okay. So this guy will go on there somewhere, but right now we just want to plug this into the Pi. Woo! Yes, that is bright. Let's see here. Can we see? Let's see. I don't usually set up cameras in stuff. Add a webcam. How do I... nozzle or offset. Let's just call it the offset camera. I wear sunglasses when I do all the QC, I bet. Do I do anything else here? Should I see anything yet? Save. What is this? Does it show up here? It is not connecting. I don't have Crowsnest already? Why don't I have Crowsnest? Oh, okay. I thought that was a default install. Main cell, Crowsnest. I should first set it up in Crowsnest so it can show up on main cell. I thought that it was installed by default. Do it with Kiao. That would require me to have it installed. Where is documentation? Crowsnest on main cell. Installation. Here we go. Copy this. Execute the commands below. So let's bring up a command window. SSH pi at v2 blue. Oops, mistyped. Oops. I don't know. Did I install it with? I guess I did. I guess I did. Okay, we'll use that. What is the command to start that? I did install it on here, so let's do that. We'll do it. Fine. Whatever. Just because Nemi said. Finally, by running. Here we go. Oops. Okay. Hey, Miko. One install. Crowsnest. That's why it's not there. Is because I used this and I didn't use the main cell image. I usually use the main cell image, so that's why it wasn't there. Okay. So using Kiao to install Crowsnest. Stream to chat. Okay. How are we doing? A couple hundred people here, only 71 likes. Crowsnest is somewhat a long install, 3 to 4 minutes. Well, while we're waiting, go down to the description, go to the Dojiggy link for the raffle and check that out and hit like. I showed this yesterday, but this is the current output from the Voron 200. It is printing a perfect cube. It was not printing a perfect cube last time you saw it. It was having some extrusion issues that were partially my fault and partially settings. But I printed 2 of these in a row and they are fantastic. Look at that. Even the little corners here for the cooling. Looks great. So this is coming off of that Voron 2. This is PLA. It was not known to be a good PLA printer. That is admittedly a fairly slow print. We'll see how it does with ABS, but I suspect it'll do better with ABS. Whenever a grown man begs for likes, I automatically unlike. That's okay. That you are very welcome to do that. The problem is that this is the thing that YouTube requires. YouTube demands it. If that's what makes you unlike. Anyway. It really is a sad state if that's what triggers someone. Hey, Blam, how are you? My index does not have the duet board. And you're right, Holtz, we are all kids. This is a long install. I've never actually individually installed this. There we go. Something went wrong. Is that a normal error for this? Is that a normal? I'd never installed it with this, so I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know. Let's see. Did that... Let's refresh. Prompt for a reboot when done. Well, that's not good. Sudo make install return non-zero exit status 2. Is there anything here? Waiting for unfinished. Make file. Yeah, out of space on the media. You have Crowsnest. It did. Should I just reboot? There was no space left on device if I saw that correctly. Why? What is the... How do I tell them how much space I have? Where was that error? Fatal error. Can't write. Uh-oh. DF-H. Okay. Let's go back and quit. What do we have here? Available. Everything there is in the megabytes range. Only 3.4 megabytes on that one. What in the world? What in the world? What do I have? Oh, well, I guess I can go here. Huh. What's 16 gig? Okay. Can I go in here and just delete a bunch of the G code off of here that I don't care about? Free disk space, 3.3 megabytes. Yep. Let me just delete these. This is okay. I'm not going to reprint any of this G code. So let's just delete these. Okay, I'm going to change this to where it's showing more than 10 things at a time. Let's see. Can I? Oops. Can I tell it to show more? Okay, let's do this then. I think it's printer data. and G codes. RM star. On the bottom of the list. Oops. Oh, here we are. Ah, all. Okay, I'd rather do this. I'd rather do this via the interface. Let's just delete everything here. Cancel. What are you doing? Cancel. Cancel. Okay, let's let it finish because I'm clicking and it's selecting the thing behind it. Single click. Cancel. There we go. Yeah, let's do that. RM star dot G code. What is left? Okay. Let's refresh. Come on. Sudo reboot. Let's just reboot. Minute. They're about to build a 0G Mercury 1. I'm thinking about using super slicers. Should I use it? If so, what version? You can use whatever slicer you want. I think the most active development is in things like Orca and whatever. I stopped using super slicer a long time ago. It may be better now, but I ran into some weird issues and I never bothered installing it again. My go-to has been Prusa Slicer, but only because I haven't gotten used to the workflow of Orca. A lot of people seem to like Orca. Okay, let's get back in here. And there we go. 5.7 gigs free now. 5.7 gigs free on that partition. So we should be able to get back and just try it again, huh? Yep. 1.8 already exists. Overwrite. Yes. Just redo. Start over. I mean, this printer has been on that SD card since, 5 years now, right? I think it's been 5 years. 4 years? 4 or 5 years. This is the first printer I've run into something where it's At least it impacted me being full. You can miss my question. Was this tuned? Not like calibration print tuned. I just set a PA value. I think the PA value is what came in the default config. I may have increased it. I don't remember. Hey, Delvin, thanks for being a member. Hey, Dat Mamoot, thanks for being a member. My favorite project in a while. Awesome. Yeah, I am thrilled, especially with the, here, I'll show you the problems I was having while we're waiting for this. Let me see. This is probably a couple of good examples. And this and this, and maybe this for context. Okay, here's a little lesson. So the first print that we did on that on stream was looking really good. And it, oh, there it is. It was looking really good. There was just a problem with it. It was squished because I had the rotation distance wrong for the Z drives. I had it set up as if there were 16 tooth pulleys on the Z and they're 20. So that changed the distance traveled per step and created a squished cube. But otherwise it looked really good. I think that's luck though. It's because after that I was getting things like this and this, right? Not good. A big part of this is I forgot to put heatsink compound in between the heat break and the heatsink on the V6. And that was creating some severe heat creep issues. I also went in and rebuilt the Mobius 3 to make sure that the filament path was lined up with the drive gears well. And that, then once I did all that, I went from every print looking like these, because I did several. And no, they're not gonna get the test prints. There's only so much stuff I can take. I'm already packing 3 containers worth of things into 2. Then I started getting these weird, like it would bulge here, but under extrude in other parts on the same layer. And we did 2 things here. Max redesigned the tool head to better direct the hot end fan through the heatsink fins. And also I just simply slowed it down. Simply slowed down the print. And once I did all that, we get these. And I got 2 of these in a row where I could not go any prints without getting this kind of thing before. So, but yeah, this is basically perfect. That's still installing. Winner, oh no. It's just, I am hoping I can fit everything I need to, because in order to ship that or take that printer, I'm taking the build plate out and putting it in my regular check bag. I'm taking the Mobius off, the screen off, taking all these parts off. Plus I got to carry all the handles and that kind of stuff all in a separate little container in my other bags. So I can both minimize the weight of the box with the printer, which will make it be more tolerant to handling. That red filament is Prusament Galaxy Red. Do you want to add update manager entry? Hey, there we go. We are on the way. That worked. As I said, that is the first time I've ran into running out of space on an SD card on one of my printers. Yeah, it's a gorgeous filament. I feel a little bad using so much of it on test prints, but I didn't want to change that variable. Hey, Steven. And yes, good call, JD. Good call. It is rebooting. It's a 16 gig card, I think, in there. It's a 16 gig card. This has been my go-to printer for a long time. I mean, when it's not being worked on, when it's not getting major changes done. Okay, let's get back here. Are we up? We should be up. Let's refresh. Okay, 5.6 gigs free. Let's go to the dashboard. Hey, there we are. We've got a camera. That is a really, that looks like a pretty good picture from that preview. I know I'm partially blocking it, but very cool. Okay, what do we do next? Now we can, so what do I have to do here in settings? And is there a webcam edit Crowsnest config? Is there anything I need to do here? Oh, someone sent me some settings for this. Bronk did. Log level mode Ustreamer. Okay. I went looking for SD cards last night. Oh, I know. It's ridiculous. I wanted to buy some of the industrial quality SD cards, but they're like $60 for one 32 gig card. You have to go in Crowsnest config. Is that where I'm at? $1920 by 1080 is what? Hot rodding the daily driver is about the most American thing you can do. Yes. Is there anything else? There is nothing that... This is what Bronx sent me. So let's try this and see what happens. Okay, save and restart. Stuart, thanks for the gift of memberships. Remind me, I'll give away 5 memberships after the giveaway time. Change the device for the path I find in the device tab at the top right. Oh, is this done? Yeah, it's still showing. Okay, so I need to install Axiscope now. Clipper install and running. Camera setup in Crowsnest and mainsail. SSH access. Quick installation using curl. Okay. Copy that. We'll create the Python virtual environment, install the required dependencies, set up the system service, and configure Moonraker integration. Okay. Two. I bought a new mini PC last year. I've been putting off replacing my aging laptop for ages. Yeah, I think I'm okay with computers for a good while. Is Axiscope required for tool changers? No. So if you go back to the documentation here, G-code offsets, it lists a bunch of methods here. So if you go to StealthChanger.com, there's a lot of information here on the different methods for setting your offsets. Let's see what this is doing. Okay. Service can be controlled through main cell service control pop-up. Let's just go back to the docs here. Starting Axiscope. Open your main cell interface, find Axiscope in the services list under Clipper Service Host Control. Use the Start Stop button to control the service. If you want to use automatic Z calibration, add the following to your printer config. What does this do? Z switch position. Okay, so I should be able to set this up and use the sex ball. I have these positions. I already did that. Let's do that. Let's copy this and add that in. Oh, calibration manual is some test part. They are shown on the documentation. Lots of options for calibration. We're just going through one of them. Okay. I am going to do that, Nick. I like that idea. So we are going to go here. So I copied that config, but before we go too far, I want to go to toolchanger and toolchanger config, and down here for the calibration switch, these are my this is my location, the location for that. So let me bring that up. I'm just going to bring this up in another window so I can changer config. Okay, so let's close this and go back to the printer config. Axiscope is just more integrated and a great option for StealthChanger or Clipper printers. Where do I want to put this? It doesn't really matter. I'm going to put it down here in the below this stuff. Here we go. Down here in macros. Let's just put it right above macros. So what do we need to set? Axiscope. Our end stop pin is PC3. 3. And our Z switch position is 55.7 and minus 3.5. There we go. Z switch, required Z position plus some clearance of the end stop switch. That is a good question. That is going to be, I'm going to get it close here. Just, what is this? I would say right at, it is almost exactly 4 millimeters above the surface of the bed. So plus some clearance. If I set this to 5, it seems reasonable. You'll need to comment out the sex ball part at the bottom of toolchanger config. Once Axiscope is included, they can't both be defined. Okay, I can do that. 5. That gives me some clearance. Move speed, Z move speed. I think that's it. So let's save this, but not restart. Let's go to toolchanger and go down here and comment these out. Control /. Now we can save and restart. Okay. You would also remove start G-code stuff from where? What? From where? Not in here, right? No. So I need to run different start G-code from the regular StealthChanger stuff? Because I set this up. This is the start G-code. I'm confused. In Axiscope. I didn't see that, so that's why. Axiscope. Oh, start G-code, got it. Don't need this. Don't need that, right? Leave the rest. No. Is that all of it goes? Does all of it go, or does just this? The whole thing, or just this? Just get rid of all that. All, okay. Save and restart. It's not useful for now. Okay. Should see Axiscope and query end stops now, and you can check if the sex ball is set up correctly. Sweet. So if we come down here and do that, there's the Axiscope. So it's backwards. So it's backwards right now. If I await. I'll wait to trigger the switch since it's way over there. Yep, it's backwards. Empty coffee cup. So now let's go back up here, go to printer config, and down here at Axiscope, get rid of the exclamation point. And save and restart. So once this starts back up, and that should be open. Trigger with the coffee and query, and it's triggered. Perfect. Okay. Can retire the coffee cup now. It's empty. It's done its job. First there, we're good. Okay. End stop position has been found. Use Z's value for Z switch X position and Z switch Y position. For Z switch Z position, Add 3 millimeters to your current Z position. If using multiple hot ends, varying lengths, add additional clearance as needed. If your position readings are Z4.8, then configure that to 7.8. Okay. G-code macro options. Axiscope now supports templated G-code macros. Plan on using hostname to connect to your printer. Also need to add the following to your Moonraker config. Really? Access the web interface at here and select the printer address you're trying to calibrate. Will most likely be auto-filled soon. Do I need to add all this into? Let me look. Hey, Vladimir. What was I looking for? Moonraker config. That is, appears to all be in there. The authorization stuff. Am I missing anything? Otherwise the camera can't be accessed by Axiscope. Only you need to add star.local stat. Which, oh, where was I? Oh, star.local stat? Oh. Star.local, but star.local colon star. Okay. Was there anything here that I'm missing? Do all of those. FC00 is the only one that's missing. Oops. No, that's an extra. Never mind. Everything's there. Okay. Save and restart. Never open everything up wide open. Yeah. And then access the web interface at this. Select the printer address. Okay, so :3000. Let's go here. v2 blue.local :3000. But I need to start it, right? Do I need to start that service? Here, let's try again. And I think I need to go up here into the corner and Axiscope play. Axiscope play, and then this should, there we are. Okay. Cool. That should be okay. Save. Hey, there's the camera. Select the camera. That's true, Chad. Hey, Dex. Connect to camera. Hey, look at there. Very cool. Okay. Let me move the camera and get this thing homed, and let's see what this says. Access the web interface at your printer IP. Select the IP address, select the camera, align T0 perfectly centered to the crosshair. Capture position. Hey, Jens. Using a 2.4 LDO chaotic lab CNC parts, I'm limited to 30 millimeters per second to because someone has it faster. I'm not sure there, Jens. There, your new calculated offset should be. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. Set this. Just set that over there. And home and all that stuff. We are way up there. Here's a note that I've been told is we've got the tool all the way at the top. If I try to home this right now, we are going to run into these other umbilicals way up here. I'm going to just manually shift this thing down to prevent any issues there. And then just kind of mostly align that. Home and QGL and Home Z, and then we'll set the camera in place. Is my CXC button sticky at all, or is it clicking nicely? It seems to click nicely. It turns the light off. Seems to be okay. Hey, Mr. Robert. And QGL. Not to take away from helping Steve, but I have a layer shifting issue from the first tool change. I can't figure out why. Flow, all offsets are set pretty good. Can you, I mean, when it happens, can you hear what's happening? Is your Z offset off enough that it's colliding with the print? Does ASA glass fiber have a rough texture like carbon fiber? Yes. Who do we got? 3D Musketeers coming in. Welcome, Granton folks. Hey, Toxoid. Not only is it moving, it's tool changing. Now we're getting things calibrated. Getting things calibrated. Hopefully first print today. That's the goal. Thanks, Luke. Did it make the filament tolerances an issue? Not really. I don't remember any major issues that I could attribute to that. Okay. Now, Home Z. We are going to use the Ember Prototypes camera, their new version. Does this say the distance? So we are going to want to start at some other height. Let me see. I have the Ember Prototypes kind of draft documentation. Let me pull that up. Let me pull up the draft documentation. By the way, Phil, the brochure you sent me appears to be corrupt. The PDF, it won't open. But there is a draft documentation here, and I'm being told 30 millimeters. And I remember that. That's the number that stuck out from the previous version. We're going to try 30 millimeters then. But I would have, I imagine I would be able to find that in this dock here. So we're going to go to Z30. Well, the PDF saved, but it came back as corrupt. Okay, so this guy has a magnet, and I want to make sure that the cable, because you see, it doesn't take much to shift that by moving the cable. I do wonder if instead of the single round magnet there, if this would be better with multiple magnets. You won't be able to send a link here, Phil. If you want to send it to me on Twitter, I can open it there. But it's okay. It doesn't sound like it's a big deal. I tape cable to bed. Put a soft rubber sheet under it. Lots of options. Let's look at this. See if I can get this. Wow. It feels very... So I can jog this, but it also needs focused. Doesn't this turn to focus? I should be able to turn this, right? Focus it. Usually do beforehand on production units. Yeah. Very nice feature of this button is I can turn the light off while I stare at it. Where is... Neither want to turn. What turns on this? The little knurled part does not want to turn. The part right below that doesn't want to turn. Oh, there we are. It's just really tight. It's really tight. I don't want to break it, but holy moly, that doesn't want to turn. Here, let's do it this way instead. There we are. Okay, let's adjust. It is very stuck. It is very stuck. Let's see. Let's just move Z. Move Z. +1. Is it? That doesn't... Is that getting better? This is... I can't really tell. Is that getting better? That's getting way far away. Wow. Look how far it is. Yeah, I don't think I have enough magnification there. I need to adjust this. Most of the ones I have are super loose. So just a clarification. Let me make sure before I screw this up. Come on, focus. There we are. This top ring here, this right here, right? Not below it. Yeah, that doesn't look like... That is really hard to turn. It is the LDO kit steppers. There we go. You just, ow. Let's see if I can be gentle with some, just kind of move it back and forth to loosen it up. Yeah, it's just really tight. So from what you see, can you give me a hand? Do you know, should I tighten this or should I loosen it? Should I tighten this or should I loosen it? I'll loosen it because that's what it sounds like. Yeah, it's moving freer now. Yeah, okay. Okay. Let's move this back down to, does this work? 30? I can't type in there. Okay. Let's go back to 30. Yeah, that. Loosen it a bit more. Loosen it a bit more. We're getting in the right direction, it looks like. Loosen it a bit more. Where are we? So prototype unit. Yes, this is pre-production. This is pre-production. Loosen it a bunch more. Let's go to, maybe I don't. A bit more. I've got the flips all wrong, I think. Getting closer, I think. Just jog the printer now that you're close. Probably. Let me try one more adjustment here. Okay, let's jog this. Aha! There we are. Nope, too far. That's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. So, which way here? Let me make sure that this is oriented correctly. So if I go X -1, this thing should move. I have to clean the nozzle. That's not too bad. It looks pretty centered in there. I think I'm going to be able to get really close. Okay, so flip horizontal, X +1. Okay, so that's intuitively correct for me. Y -1. That looks correct to me. Y +1. Okay. Adjust the magnification slider. Yeah. We can get that right in there. So X fine adjustment looks like here. So Y. Till it's close to the size of the nozzle opening. Raise the brightness, lower the brightness, raise the brightness. Or is this just contrast? So then I do it. What's that? If you can see the hole, it doesn't need to be cleaned. I've done this adjustment with way nastier. Yeah, it looks pretty, that red looks pretty centered in the overall bit there. 0.01 is my largest or my smallest increments here. And it looks like it needs to be in between that. So that's probably pretty darn good right there. So this would be T0. I can't manually, I could do it over on the other thing. Oh, it only goes with 0.0 whatever. So 0.01 is the finest increment. So it's really, really close. Well, even in the main cell interface, I just tried typing in, because it's right now at 152.48. I tried 485 and it won't take it. So this is fine, empathy. I just need to be able to see this. This is fine. So if we capture this current position, and now we do a tool change. This is really close. Yeah. I think I can just click here to do a tool change. It's going to go grab the next tool. Okay, so that is tool 1. So we jog this. Let's go. There, and Y, and yeah, that's right in between those two. So I think we're okay there, and I don't think we're going to get any closer in Y. So that's going to be tool 1. So how do I capture this? Why didn't this change? Oh, there we go. X and Y. There we go. You click those. So my X offset to record is going to be here. And now we go to tool 2. This is cool. I like this. toolchanging should be coming into view here in a moment. Here we are. So now we are going to go plus and X. Yeah, as soon as if you set this to where it feels a lot more intuitive using the controls here and you see it, that is a big change. That's pretty good there. Oh, look at that. That's right on. Okay. So this is tool 2. So we click these to grab those, and these are our offsets. Now these are offsets from tool 0. Currently, Axiscopes rely on Clipper toolchanger to be installed, so IDEX printer can't use it just yet. Okay, so that's tool 2. So now we grab tool 3. This is fantastic. This is pretty fantastic. Okay, so now we go minus a half an X. Oops, too much. Okay, and then Y. Oh, way too much. What camera? This is the new Ember Prototypes V2 camera. This is a pre-production review. There we go. That looks pretty good. Is this how Max does the Phoenix calibration? Using a camera like this, Max has an Ember Prototypes camera as well. Okay, so T3, select those. I want to use this on my index. I did it manually before. Okay, now the last tool head. V2 include, there's probably other changes, but the main changes includes a Z offset switch. But Phil can mention other changes. New building my Core 1 with index. And we will be doing an index install on a Core 1. I do have a Founders Edition pre-order in. So, okay. I really like this. This is pretty fantastic, Nick and Nemi. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, that's right there. Reselect a tool, does it jump to 0, 0? We should find out. No, we'll have to save and then we'll have to do it again. We'll have to save, we'll have to apply our offset, save, and then do it again, right? Or does it reset it? All our offsets are 0 right now. Oh yeah, here. It says here, all of our offsets are 0, and what we're going to be entering is all of this. So right there is where we want. So those are our offsets for X and Y. Okay. The next thing. So now should I just move the camera out of the way and hit the calibrate all Z offsets? Use the copy button to get the config changes. or tool G code offset. Yeah. So if we copy this and go back here and go to the machine and tool changer tools, and this is tool 1. So tool 0 is always going to be 0, 0, 0. That's your reference. So we're going to go into tool 1, and what does this paste? I want to see what this pastes. Okay, so it pastes, oops, it pastes this right here. So let's undo that, go up here, and right here is what we're going to replace. There we go. So let's save that. Go to tool 2, go back to Axiscope, and copy that. This is nice. This is a nice little quality of life thing. Right here. Paste that. What would be a neat little thing here, Nick or Nemi, is if you could put like a comment after here, like comment tool 1, just so you're confirming that you're not you actually copied the correct one, or this would be T2, but just some indicator that we're actually grabbing the right stuff. Not necessary, but could be nice to know. Save that. So that was T2, and now T3. Back to Axiscope. T3 should be minus 0.330. T3. Nope. Okay. Save that. Back to Axiscope and T4. Minus 380. Save that. Save. I'm not saving and restarting yet. I want to hit the Calibrate Z button next. I think both mechanical can be good, but always require sanity check. Yeah, so now I'm going to hit this Calibrate all Z end stops. So I think I'm going to go ahead and move this guy out of the way, just in case, and calibrate all Z offsets. Let's just see what happens. Gonna put that tool away. It's putting tool 4 away. Now it should be grabbing tool 0. Oh. Should save and restart. Oh, before, so that all nozzles hit at the same spot on the ball. I get it. Well, we'll let this run through, I think, and we'll redo it for our actual values. That makes sense, though. I was just trying to avoid having to do a re-home, and you're right. You're absolutely right. That to get an accurate setting, we need the X and Y offsets applied. My incorrect thought was I didn't want to have to go through home, QGL, everything again. Hey, buddy. What time is it? 11:41. Got about an hour and 20 minutes till we're going to give away a roll of Polymaker filament. And I'm also going to give away, I haven't quite decided how many, but entries into the raffle for the Voron 2. The Home Depot houseplant. Thank you. What's the story behind that username? I like this. This is cool too. If you have V2 Ember prototype camera with the button, there's a section at the bottom of the Axiscope UI to change the end stop position. Oh, Z end stop position, set current position. I see. Neat. It's doing here. This is an indicator. So Z switches here, and it's showing where the current position of the tool is, it looks like. Hey, Zarp. The camera is on the bed. It will need to be jogged to first. You are really just begging for the attention. Are the filaments used on this printer? The gray is Polymaker, Fiberon, ASA, glass, carbon fiber, 10 or 15, 10. The green is 3DO, Ratrig green, ASA glass fiber. And those are listed in the description. I list the filaments used in the description. So that should be done there. It's not going to be as accurate as it could be. Right now, what is it going to do now? It's going to grab that tool back, and does it do does it go back to position? Okay, I guess that's where it goes. So what do we have here? So I get it updates the Z calibration, and they are different between them. So awesome. So let me go back to here and firmware restart. Cool. And then let's go through and do our home. Hey, the Reverend. You're in Manchester but can't find the Smurf. So it will be at the engineering building at the Manchester University in 1 week. Okay, so that's homed and QGL. Hey, Belint. CFO8, thank you. It's 8% carbon fiber, but it's the most brittle 8% carbon fiber ever. But it did turn out good. We are getting close to the first print, yep. The Dalton building, okay. Just over the road from the last one. Yep. I was looking at the aerial view of the area. Got a week of sightseeing planned. Awesome. Dude. You got all the treats you're going to get. Is that near QGL spot? Not a bit too far forward? Probably, but I need to adjust those. The rear one is a bit too far forward. It's still set up for the inductive probe with a 25mm offset. Is there much difference between ASA and ABS for building a Voron? No. Is there any downsides on ASA compared to the recommended ABS? No. Consider them equivalent. For all practical purposes, quality ABS and ASA, consider them equivalent. Okay, there you go. Hair everywhere. And home Z. So now we should go back to Axiscope and calibrate Z offsets again. Right? I am going to take a quick copy of the offsets it had before and see how different they might be. I am in the US, Home Depot. I am in the Sacramento, California area. The Reverend. That is very filament dependent, because I think some of the most stinky filament I've printed with was ASA. If I remember right, it was Fadis ASA glass fiber that we did on Hooch's Trident. The red and black that we did there was really stinky. Hey, Ark. Go through all of these. Not going to talk about that here at the Home Depot. We do not get political on the streams. Not what we're here for. We're here to have fun. Just got finished setting up the new desk. After the new floor install. Awesome. I just saw my Shopify notifications. Thank you everyone who's pre-ordered. Awesome. I think this Axiscope is fantastic. This is my first use of it. I haven't even tried it before. This is the first install, first use. Okay. That should be finished. It's going to grab tool 0 again. It's going to move it down to that corner or that side. And it lists it. It does list it in the console. So Oscar and sometimes Felix Cat joined the stream. This is Oscar. Felix occasionally, but Oscar is always ready to hang out here. Okay, so it did those, but also it lists new values here. If I bring the screen capture that I did over here, we can do some level of comparison. Yeah, that's, nope, T1 is behind the screen. Let's move this over here. Got to run Holtz. And then, so we can compare what we had before. So it looks like T1 is exactly the same. T2 was different a bit. T3 and T4, they're all a little different, but T1 ended up being exactly the same. So, okay. So now we're just gonna go through and recopy these and put them into the config. And it's gonna be easiest just to do a full copy of these. So T1, 350, 160, and 224. So let's copy that and go back here. T1, 350, 160. I'm just gonna paste the whole thing back there. Save, close T2 here. T2 is 220, 30, and 34. 220, 30. Oops. Got to work around a cat here. T2, T3. $330, $170, and $92. Yep. Save. And T4. 380, 70, and 40. What was that? 380, 70, and 40. Save and restart. We'll be doing a custom plate drop until the middle of this year. Currently working on a crazy magnetic field mining product. Nice. Okay. So I think we are set. We're going to home again. I think we are set to do a quick, just a rotation distance calibration on tool 0, just as a sanity check for that. And then we can set up a print. Right? Am I missing anything? I mean, it's going to be 20 minutes of just installing Filament. We set Z offset on T0 last stream. No, did we? Yeah. Yeah, we set the Z offset for T0. We did. We're not using the newly installed Sexbolt 4Z offset. It's only used for tool head offsets. Here, we should be able to go here and here and here. Printer config all the way at the bottom. We do not have a Z offset. Did we set that up? It'd be probe offset. Oh, that's in toolchanger. Toolchanger config. It's in tool 0. Where? Tool offset, here it is. There we go. Tool probe. Hey, Chevron. You don't need to adjust Z offset on all the probes. Wait, that's what we just did with that offset calibrate, Tuxedo. Because it's all relative to tool 0. So tool 0 gets calibrated to the bed, and then everything else is relative to tool 0. Okay, that is there. Let's see. Get a napkin here. Something on my keyboard here. Okay, water. We did Z as well, Tuxedo. We used the sex ball probe to get Z offset. Okay, let's move up a bit here and let's get some filament. Let's get something that'll be a little easier. Like I said, I'm not doing a super tuned calibration here. Let's put some spool holders on here, and probably maybe the white might be easiest to do. Hey, Bryce. So you must do every print with tool 0. It needs to home with tool 0. But the print doesn't have to include tool 0. Okay, let me get this guy out of the way. And a Sharpie. Ah. And hold the PTFE out here. Just move that off to the side and grab a piece of, oops, pulled on that a little too hard. There we go. And then my scale and a marker. Probably also do a mesh with tool 0. Yep. The specific filaments I'm using, Vladimir, are listed in the description. Okay, let's do a quick mark at 100 millimeters. Right at 100 millimeters. Now let's heat up the tool head. We already did PID calibrations last stream, so I don't need to do that again. That can't be used in high temperature chambers like a probe can. You can't automate them as easily as with a probe. Don't think I've seen me use white filament. Well, I have a little bit of white in my maker chip around the QR code. So, okay, let's heat this up. Extruder, let's go to 20. That will sit there and heat up. Let's down here. Hey, Clabby. You can ignore Z if you only use the camera. Easy print does not equal QR code. Well, sure. Okay, that is up to 220. So let's extrude at a slow rate. 50 millimeters. There we go. You can see the little red mark spinning. Once I see it printy, then I'll log off. That's gonna do that. It's gonna get that red filament out. Done yet? Yeah. Okay. That is right at 50. I'm not going to adjust it. That is right at 50. Okay. Let's retract this. Retract. Okay, that didn't even get to the point where it was extruding white. That's good. Okay, now we got to set up the print. Let's get this back in here. Put our little clip back on. I gotta print some black clips there or something. That orange sticks out. Yeah, that's the stock orbiter value, and it seems to be spot on. Good job. Wherever those came from, they're spot on. Okay, we need to set up the print. Let's go here. Let's go to the documentation, because there is some, where was that? Software. Slicers. How about Ratrig green clips to match the tool head? I could. There's a lot of Ratrig green there. Oh. Keyboard closer. Okay, tool retraction, tool temperatures. Isn't there a start slicer G codes? So down here, Prusa slicer. So I want this for the G code. Excuse me. I don't actually know what Index is doing about calibration. They are talking about load cell for probing and stuff. Mine was just used with your camera for that. And mine has a beacon for probe. But they are talking about a load cell for at least probe. I don't know. It could very well be that you could do a post and do offset calibrations with that as well. Okay, so we need that. We need to start up. So I want to, what did I change here? Oh, I changed this for the, let's just save this. That's fine. And print settings, let's save that. V2S0 PLA. Just save that. And that's fine. Okay. We need to select, let's start this with my Voron 2 blue. And Bearded Printer, thanks for the gifted memberships. Can't do the real-time reading like a Prusic, can it? I'm not sure, Steve. Shut off their new board a couple of days ago. They have load cell and scanner capability. Oh yeah, it has the Duet scanning Z probe ability built in. With Clipper and RepRap firmware support. Okay, so I'm going to base this off my existing profile, but I need to go in here and set 5 extruders. Okay. And Clipper. There's probably a slicer profile out there from these guys. Andy, thanks for the gifted memberships. So, but in custom G code here, we are going to replace all of this with this print start that I copied from the documentation. Okay. And then down here under tool change, G code, not pause. I'm gonna go back here, and this is Prusa Slicer. Tool change, we're gonna copy this. And back down, tool change, and replace this. There we go. And yep, print end, I know. You don't have a print end here. What is... Oops, not there. Why is this moving around? Why is that? Yeah, whatever. Print end here. Is this just print end? I think so. Print end. There we go. Okay, let's save that. And let's see, I think all of these are going to be fine. And then filaments. Let's see, do I have anything in here for PLA? Should add print end to the slicers on the website. Is there any variables or anything I need to set? Or is just print end fine? I mean, we can check. We can go into the here, and the print end macro is, I set it here. So this is just print end. Yeah, nothing to worry about. It's just turning things off in the correct process. Why Prusa Slicer? Prusa Slicer works really well still for tool changers. The other Orca and stuff are implementing a lot of features, but I think the general consensus is this is still a little better for tool changers. I could be wrong, but I have the most experience with this too, so. Okay, what do I want to do for PLA? I'm gonna grab one of my box turtle. Do I have a box turtle PLA? Do not. Let's grab a Bondtech PLA. Let's just grab this. Okay. And let's go through. We're gonna leave our extrusion multiplier probably-ish. 225 seems like a good temperature. We'll just run 60 C for the bed. Boss Prusa Slicer is better for clipper tool changers. It unhides some settings. Yes, this is true. This is very true, Nemi. Morden has gone through and the main changes in Boss are exposing some of that stuff. Okay, cooling. This is all PLA. Why is that? Oh, this is because it's in Vontech. It has the CPAP, so I need to change this to 100. Bridges fan speed 100. Couldn't get Prusa to have the tool up to temp when the shuttle arrived. Orca does that. Minimalist prime tower. Is that a bad thing? This can turn on. That's fine. Whatever. Let's save this. And we will save this as... let's just say StealthChanger PLA. Just whatever. Advanced. Max volumetric speed. We'll leave that. We'll set this to 20. These are all Revo high flows. In extruder section and printer tab, docked tool retract. Oh yeah, that is usually, here it is, 0. What should it be there, JD? The default value here is 10. I've already changed it here. 10 works. You want it to be 10? Because I've changed this to 0 for other purposes, but 10 is fine. Those are great profiles, Brian. So the same guy who did Boss Slicer was the lead in coordinating those new Prusa Slicer profiles. That's Morton. Atomic Vector Plotter. The new ones are, by all accounts, pretty fantastic. So, here, if this needs to be 10, let me change these all to 10. It's easier for me to do something like that there than move the face cam. Okay, let's save those changes. Oh, you just sat right on my keyboard. He just flopped right over, right on top of the keyboard. Okay, did you change anything? No. So filaments, this is all fine, I think. And print settings. This is probably a good start. Okay, let's go here. Now we have all of this set up, and I want to change all this to StealthChanger PLA. I'm just going to run the same for all of the filaments I have here, even though it's quite a collection. StealthChanger PLA, and let's open. Go here. Delete that and open. Print files. Steve builds chip. Is that the new one? No. Where is that? Polymer 2.4 is going to go with ASA glass fiber and or ASA carbon fiber or parts, but I heard it's more brittle and such. Do you have to change any settings like wall count, etc.? No, I don't change any of that, but just make sure you're printing hot enough and should be okay. I've done a lot of printers with filled filaments. Where did I save this thing? Maybe it's under projects. Maker chip. Those are the Voron maker chips. Where's the one that I did? Ah, here it is. Let's try this one. There it is. Yep, that's it. So, lay down this surface. And then what was the first color? I think is black. Second color. Well, this was a step file, Bill. Do they have a step file viewer? The Smurf 26 badge plates are in the existing printables thing, Danny. There is a file in there for 26. I just updated the file there. You can find it in the same thing. Yes, it'll do. Cool. Okay, so first is black. Next, I think we'll do white. Okay, and then silver. Let's go silver. And then blue. Let's go a little darker, maybe here. There we go. And orange. It's a little lighter orange. Okay. So now logo B is blue. Logo S is orange. Outer border, do in black. Logo border is black. QR background is white. And QR code is black. And then the solid here is silver. There we go. What temperature did you print the fiber on ASA at? I think it was like 285, Zen. I cooked it pretty good. I'm pretty sure it was like 285. I can actually tell you. If we go down here to, let's see, Rapido A's Fiberon CFO8. Let's just save that. And temperature 290. I printed it at 290. So, okay, back to StealthChanger PLA. Platter. Okay, so that should do that. Let's move this here. I'm gonna move it, I don't want it to be in the way, but it also is good for grabbing any little bits of ooze. It's gonna be short, it'll be fine. What's the max temperature of each tool head? Could you do PPS-CF on this? No, these are just regular Revos. They do not have PT1000 or PT100 thermistors. So the max temp here is the 300C, very max. I printed that 290 on my Rapido Ace printer here. Okay, slice it. Let's see what this looks like. Just a little minimal. Oops. Top. 5. Let's just go full. This can be fairly solid. infill. I want it to be somewhat. There we go. And this is volumetric flow. So let's go color print. There we go. This Voron part printing standard was 0.6 nozzle. That would change some design considerations. You could make a high temp tool head if you wanted one. Absolutely. I have not had any issues with the Rapido Ace. I did get a clogged nozzle, but that has nothing to do with the Ace. Okay, now I had done a couple other things with this. I had set these to infill and concentric. Now that's not that. I wanted actually, not that. I wanted add settings, infill, top fill pattern was concentric. There we go. So then that does that. And it just, I think it turned out a little better by doing that. Infill, top fill pattern, okay. Actually, let's cancel this. I think I just set that globally. So go over here to print settings, infill, top fill pattern, concentric. There we go. Are you using Prime All Tools? Should I be? Should I be? Because I think that's here. And Prime All Printing Extruders. Probably not. I'm guessing. Because that is probably showing up. That would have been showing up here. Don't get ceramic heaters when you build high temp tool heads. Yeah, because the PTC heaters have a cap. They I max out on that Rapido Ace at like 340. I don't know what I did on the bottom. I don't know that I did or not. It's on a... I can't tell. Well, maybe I can. I may have done the same on the bottom. Let's see here. Print settings, infill, I think I might have. Let's go concentric. Slice it. And look at the first layer. Yeah, I did. Okay, hey Phil. Okay. What else am I missing here, guys? Was there, let's just check here. Was there a profile? Are there like full profile samples that I could have started with? Let's get filament loaded. So black is what I started with. So let's go ahead and get it in. So I'm just going to use some Polymaker, PLA Pro. Grab my snippers. What do we got? Another 34 minutes, so we're giving some stuff away. Push this up in there. Just there we go. So we should be able to heat that up. Are there any tool? No. Oh, it's already heated up. Oops. Oh well. Extrude. Did I get that? I'm just extruding at 2. Yep, it's extruding. I'm nearly done with proper fix for the DZ01 issue. Setting that GPO early in the boot cycle using an overlay. Nice. Okay, I accidentally set this to only 2 millimeters per second. So let's go 5. And extrude another. There we go. Ha. I misspoke. Windows Power Tools only does G-code and STL. They've announced upcoming file preview support for several 3D formats. Nice. Docked cool tool down. Docked tool cooldown. I have not set that. What would you recommend I set that to? Let's do another extrude for purge. And then cooldown. My tweezers. Let's see. Okay, get that out of the way. It's cooled down. Let's put it away. Hey, Shlunky Kong. Minus 20-ish. Okay, so let's grab tool 1. And I need to grab some pieces of PTFE because I don't have them on any of the other inlets. So we'll just grab some little bits to put in to guide it. Minus 20. Okay. Is that the one I want? Sorry, get in the way here. There we go. This is the stuff I want. Yeah. Okay, so that is that one. I'm just gonna put short lengths on all of these. Tool 2 is gonna have to sit on a little MMU tray, or color 2. Color 2 I set for white. Is that right? Yeah, white. Color 2. There we go. Heat that one up. I guess I can heat all of these up to start. 220. Let's just get them all heating up to like 160 to sit there so it doesn't take as long. There we go. And drop the temp just below min extrude without preheating, though you want to be as close to printing temp as you can without oozing. Okay, that one is heating up. I guess we can go way lower on here so you can see it just a little bit better. And then 5 and 50. I'll wash these off later, but it is handy to be able to see if it's extruding. Yep. So this is the white. Is that extrude? You verify the tool head offset at another XY position 2. The slight force from steel wire and umbilical can make it drift. I haven't. That can be a future test. Printable area made knobs we could install in our V2.5 and orbiters to see rotation. I don't know. Okay, so that is done. So let's set this back to 160. Grab that. They're numbered 0 through 4 versus 1 through 5. 0 indexed. Everywhere but the slicer. Okay, tool 2. What are you doing? That's not food. That's filament scraps. No. Where is that? Okay, tool 2. Cancel. And that is silver. Silver, silver, silver. Okay, so I'm using Protopasta second to none silver. That has not been opened yet. Where are we going to go with this? A piece of PTFE. Right about there. Okay. Nice background music. Thanks. It's there. Extrude. Is that extruding? Yes. Okay. And extrude again. There we go. That is, if it's coming out, it's good enough. This is brand new. First filament extruded on these. $60. All filaments are loaded. The Lazy Steve should turn 2 rounds. Yeah. Okay, and let's grab this and grab tool 3. Are we printing? We're getting there. We're expecting to. I should probably get the bed heating up. Your bed. Let's get that Let's get that going. And also give it a quick IPA wipe down. Before it gets hot. That'll get the areas I'm going to be printing. Okay. What are we on? Extruder 3. That says so right on the front of it. And extruder 3 was blue, I believe. Yep. One of the most complex 3D printer builds ever. No. I don't know if it's... You know what? So, speaking of complex printer builds, the next build is going to win that. The next build, the next major build on the channel. Where did my PTFE go? There it is. The next major build on the channel is going to be the Vertigo printer. Anybody know what the Vertigo is? Okay, blue, cyan. This is Jesse. Pure cyan. That I'm expecting to take the award for most complex build we've done on the channel. Build plate lifter, yep. Okay, back here, and boy. Why are you? There we go. Okay, had a little chattering, got that fixed. Yeah, it's the one where the build plate goes up the back and has scrapers that make sure parts fall off. I just got the filament for that a couple of days ago. That one uses like 4 full spools of main color. Okay. Print farm automated, yeah. Yep. Should have something. There we are. There it is. Cool it down. Go. Pick the boogers. It's going to be sold as a complete unit. Didn't see the self-source part. Yeah, it's a kit. I don't know if it's only as a kit. Let's grab T4. Hey, Garrett, welcome. Go. And get this one heating up. And this is going to be another protopasta out of darts orange. Where's the, here it is. Ooh. Out of darts, orange. And extrude. That, I'm not sure when that Vertigo printer build will start. I hear there's so much with the 4 kilograms of main color and then another kilogram or so of accent color. It's going to take a long time to get my printers tuned up and really rolling on printed parts. So we'll have some interim projects, probably working on existing printers. I need to get a V0 going again, that kind of thing. So that'll probably be right about Rocky Mountain when I start that, maybe a little bit before. I don't actually have the kit yet, so we'll see when I get all the parts printed for that. Another one. Let me do it quick. Okay, that's just a bright spot. Okay. So those are done. Let's cool that back down. Hey, Phil, we're getting ready to print. Let's go back out. And the temperature. So if we go back here and go to the slicer, there is a, what is it? Multiple extruders. And then, what was it? Or is it under filaments? Advanced and tool change parameters. No. Where was that setting? The dock temperature. Is it under here? No, where was that? Oh, custom G-code. What is pressure advance? That's probably reasonable. We'll leave that. Multiple extruders, ooze prevention. Print settings, multiple ooze. Oh, here we are. And you said minus 20. Okay. And then I also wanted to go to speed, and I want my first layer speed to be pretty slow because of that QR code. And holy moly, the rest of this needs to change. Otherwise, let's just pick some things. Why is that only 15? What is going on with these settings? These are going to be slow still, but first layer speed, and I'm leaving all of these at default, I think. And advanced here. What is advanced? Okay, that's all fine. So let's go here and slice it. We're looking at only like a 28-minute print. We'll see how this actually is. I know I'm in the black box preset. I was just grabbing something to base things off of. I don't know why that's right there. And actually I should have picked Box Turtle. But it doesn't matter now. Shoot, what else was I gonna do? I think that's it. I think so. Getting ready to print. Can you use PCCF as an anti-warp skeleton for more colorful PC prints? I don't know. That's interesting. I don't do this often. Almost never, but I'm going to be right back during stream. I got to be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yes, 20% off all products in my shop for the next few days. Nice. Okay. Let's switch back. I thought I had already switched back to tool 0. Are we ready to just go for it? See what happens? I think we're ready to just go for it and see what happens. Oh. The bed is up to temp. Let's see. Let's get a better view here. Probably. Oh, it's trying to focus on something else. Okay. We will see what this does. Let's go here and make sure I have my glasses, some tweezers. I think. Let's just see what happens. I'm gonna hit send. Upload and print. We'll make sure everything is... Just pay attention. It's very likely that we'll have to restart this. This is just first tries. I mean, fine-tuning first layer, especially with that QR code, is going to be important. I should probably have grabbed a smooth PEI. Is the other side of this smooth? Oh, I probably should have turned it over. I probably should have turned it over, but that's okay. Oh, I'll get there, Jeff. I'll get there. Not too late to turn. It is too late to turn. Yeah, so if this goes well, then I will get a video in the middle of this print of it doing a tool change and the shuttle and it doing some printing. And then I'll put in the view, I think, what is it? The date and my Discord name. Oh, that pen doesn't work. What is today? 3/1/26. Okay. I got my piece of paper. Got my piece of paper ready. You installed WLED on one of your printers? I did. I did. It was on the gray Trident. It was during a mod series a couple of years ago. It is doing all the QGL. Let's see what this... Okay. Now what is it doing? Waiting for the extruder temp. Okay, I'm gonna need to watch this. So it's heating up the extruder. And I want to go into fine tuning on the screen. Actually looking pretty decent. Let me just get that out of the way. I don't know if I want to change that. Actually looking pretty decent. $229. Can I get in any closer? Yeah, I could get closer with the thing, but let me just bring the whole thing down here. Bear with me. There we go. Looks too high from here. There it goes. It's going to go grab the white. Is that up to temperature? It is. Okay. Remember, super slow first layer. A little bit of ooze. I'm okay with it still. I'm not I'm not feeling like I need to cancel it. I'm feeling okay with that. We got a few minutes until giveaway time. Well, that'll be a few minutes delayed. I want to see this going. This is a tough one right in here. Trying to get in between all that QR code stuff. I'm still feeling good. Yeah, that looks good. A little bit of stringing. Yep. That's okay. I'm still feeling okay. If anything, I'd say it's too close, or this white is severely over extruding. It's either too close or quite over extruded. Considering that the white is pretty ugly, I can't tell if it's with the alignment. So I think the white is I think the white is the problem. The black did not do that. That's okay. We'll see what this does. I don't think it's... We'll see what the silver does. Ooh. Yeah. That dropped off a blob of silver that I don't know that I can do anything about. Yeah. I think that's going to be... There we go. I got it. That was risky, but I got it. I think it's just the white. So I may have to set up a profile for the white. It is giveaway time, I know. I said we'll be a couple of minutes late. I think I need to set up a profile specifically for the white. Yeah, bed adhesion was not an issue. Yeah, because the silver is laying down pretty good, even with the small segments like that. The white is like really, really bad. Yeah, This looks really good. What do we got here? So it's going to do a little bit of that. Get your names in. Polymaker Filament and Raffle entries for what we're giving away. I want to see the white go down one more layer before I divert my attention. I want to see this next white bit come in. It's a little rough. But it's not enough to cause any layer shifts or anything yet. After these few layers, white will be gone. So I'm hoping I can just ignore it. Here. Let me do a quick video here, just in case this works out. So let's do that. And a video. We'll do a tool change. I don't know if this is enough, showing the shuttle in there, because you got to show the shuttle, but it didn't say it had to be bare. This should be changing tools here in a moment. Yep, there we go. How long should the video be? We're at about a minute. That's not bad. Is that enough? Is that enough for a serial? What do we say? I'll get that posted here after we do the giveaways. Send them the link to the stream for... No, I'm following their process. It's good. Okay. Giveaway time. Giveaway time. I'll post that here in a minute. Okay. Here, you can see the tool, the temperatures on the stuff. Link to the stream in the comments. Yeah, it is looking pretty good. I'm gonna let this one keep going. There's nothing wrong with it. The white is, I think, severely over extruding, but the rest of it looks okay so far. Okay, let's see here. Let's use this one. Wheel of Names. Let me get all my things up here and going. And my Gmail up. The white looked to be oozing more. Might just be temperature and flow. Yeah. I could be running it way hotter than it needs to. Yep. That, and let's bring up forms. Okay, Polymaker Filament. We're giving away a roll of Polymaker Filament as we do every stream. This is the 211th time that I've given away Polymaker Filament. Let's see. How many times am I going to... Maximum number of times that I'm going to restart the count. See you, Phil. Appreciate it. 1. We are only restarting it once. We're only restarting it once. So the timer's starting now. 3, 2. Links in the pin post, or links in the description. It's not in the pin post. You have to go to the description. If you don't see the giveaway links, refresh. 2. Oh, yep. 1. There is a number other than 3. Yep. I'm only restarting this once. I haven't had to restart it yet because everybody is in that wants to be in, apparently. I don't have to restart it once. I could just close it. 1. Okay, I think everybody's in. What are you getting into? No, that is not okay. Okay, yep, knock everything over. Okay, everybody's in. We haven't had a single new entry, so I'm going to close it. Didn't even get to restart once. Oh, there we go. It just got one. So this is the last countdown. 3, 2, 1. Done. He was starting to pick at the enclosure for the diode laser. Okay, let's link this out. And Bulgly got in first. JD, you got in second. Who was last? Old Balon and Martin. Getting a cereal while watching the stream. What is the, that's awesome. What serial number are we up to now? What serial number are we up to? Oh yeah. Holy moly. We're at almost 8,000. We made 200 likes. Awesome. Where was I? Here. 266. That's the next one. Okay. We are so 6 days away. 6 days away from drawing this. So we're going to do a number between 1 and 6. A number between 1 and 6. Perfect time, Alpha. Congrats. 1 and 6. Let's see. DabTech says 2. We'll do 2. 1, 2, and spin. Polymaker Filament. Polymaker Filament. Who do we got? Who do we got? John! John, are you here? Congratulations. John Kurtanek. You have 2 minutes to say something. Are you here? I'm about to start the timer. Timer started. John, congratulations. Are you here? John, say something in chat unless you really want to be a member of the Polar Ted Club. There you are. Congrats. Copy that. Not being done with the chores. There you go. There you are. Let me get this out. There. And Okay, John, you should have an email from me. If you don't get it in the next couple of minutes, let me know. Otherwise, congrats. Okay, next we're giving away, I'm going to give away, let's see, we are at $7,800 on this thing. My 212th loss at the Filament game. What probe do you use on the built-in tap? I am going to give away 3 50 entry, 50 packet or group entries. 3 of those. So link is in the description. This is entries to the raffle. You don't have to be present to win the printer if your name is drawn from the raffle, but you do need to be present here to win the entries to the raffle. So this is the last time that we are giving away entries to this. So link is in the description. Shall I put down 8 grand to corner the raffle market? I am only going to restart this countdown 3 times at a max. It sounds like people are on it today and already entered. So let me open up this. We have responses here. Starting the countdown. 3, 2. There. First reset. 3, 2. Link is in the description. You want a chance to win this printer. Camera. Oh, it is. Thank you. 2, 1. Everybody's in that wants to be in? How is this doing? Oh, we got a little. There we go. Okay, we got another one. So this is a second restart. 3, 2, 3, 2. This is the last countdown. 1. Someone got in. We're done. Okay, so we're going to be drawing 3 of these. So let me link this out. I had a little blob on the purge tower that I pulled off right there. Okay, let me make sure I have the right one. Same person first that time. Who got in last? Well, I'm gonna put it here. 5. I know your name isn't 5, but we can put it here. That's what we have the extra number for. The extra number is not 5. Okay. Let's do a number between 1 and 5 for shuffling this. Here. It is still going. Number between 1 and 5. Let's go. I was born on a Friday. It says 1. We're going to shuffle it once. Spin. What do we have here? I thought that said Jeff Montgomery for a moment. That's why I laughed. Jeff Hengesbach. Jeff Hengesbach. Are you here? Congratulations. This is the first winner. First winner, Jeff, are you here? You have 2 minutes to say something. Jeff. There you are. I'm gonna wait 150 to respond. Congratulations. So for these, I take the email that you give me and register it for the drawing, but I do not sign up for the any emails, but I do use your display name as the name that displays in the donations. So congrats, Jeff. Let's remove, shuffle, 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 and spin. Who do we got here? Justin Thursday. Justin Thursday. Congratulations. Are you here? You have 2 minutes to say something. Second winner, Justin Thursday. Justin Thursday, are you here? Congrats. Justin Thursday. There you are. Congratulations. Congrats. And shuffle, 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 shuffle. Extra shuffles. Spin. Who do we got? Last winner. Peter Henning. Peter Henning. Congratulations. So this is for 50 entries into the raffle for the Voron 2 Serial 0. Peter Henning. You have 2 minutes to say something. Are you here? Peter Henning. Peter Henning. Yep, so close. Chevron, very close. Peter Henning. I mean, that's like a pixel off. It's right in between. There you are. See? Just making sure. Peter Henning. Yep, we're good. It's the only Peter Henning in the list. Since your name doesn't exactly match. Jeff, thanks for the gifted memberships. Appreciate that. Okay, let me clean this up. Congrats to you all. I will get those entered sometime in the next couple of days. I've been doing them right after stream, but just in case. Remove, unpin the message, and let me clean up the description. 330 people here. Awesome. Here, you don't need to be watching that. Hey, look at that. It's done. It's done. Okay, what do I do here? Let's see. What do we got? What are we at now? We are getting really close to $8,000 here. Really close. I will just say, I feel like I put a ton of work into that printer, so I'm going to be really excited for whoever ends up with that. Okay, let me see. I need to go into I'm bringing up my phone. I need to go into the draft shift. Serial request. Serial requests. 2 tool minimum print. Mid print is fine. Clearly shows a tool change. Clearly shows the StealthChanger shuttle. Clearly-ish. A picture of the finished print is a bonus. And some form of visual with your Discord username. Here we go. Just in case I don't have it. Let's get a picture. Let's get a picture. There we go. And I think I just go here in serials. Done reading, check out serial requests. Okay. Do I just post it in here? Only one post per serial request. Would have been a lot simpler in rep firmware. Okay, is that all I do is just post the video and a picture to the serial request channel? It is posting. It is posting. I'm going to turn this over and we may do another one on the smooth side. That took such a short amount of time. I mean, that's pretty denied. That's pretty darn good for no real tuning. There we are, 267. Here, what we really need to see is it works. It scans. Thanks, guys. I gotta say, this has been a pleasure to build. Big part of that is the team over there has been pretty fantastic. So they have listened to feedback. They have put together a pretty good project here. That is pretty awesome. We are not done with this series. So we've printed, but we have more. We have at least one more stream, probably 2 more streams on this. Hey, Kiwi Dave. Thank you. Yeah, that is pretty darn good for a first print. Should be DM to serial plate. Yeah, I got a couple of things came through. Awesome. Do I get that maker chip at Rocky Mountain? I will. Oh, you want this one? I will save this one for you, JD. I will save this one for you. This specific one you can have. Let's look at this. Let's look at this real close up. Let's look and see if we can see anything on offsets. Because to my eye, quick glance at it, offsets look pretty darn good. This is a thin black border around there. Yeah, I am happy. That turned out pretty great. That. I did concentric infill, another CG, so it's not all walls, it's just concentric infill. A bit stringy. I mean, I set the same profile for a wide variety of filament there. I have Polymaker Pro Black PLA, Printed Solid Jesse White PLA, Protopasta Silver HTPLA, and Out of Darts Orange HTPLA, and another Jesse Pure Cyan PLA. Is this a HTPLA? Yeah. Yeah, I have 3 different manufacturers represented there, all sent with the same settings. The white was just weird. But still, even with that white weird, the code still scans. The code still scans. Oh. There we go. That is pretty awesome. I'm not going to set a preference there, Joel. I don't have enough time on either one. And I don't generally like to. You're going to get the occasional opinion from me on what I like better or whatever. But the purpose of the channel is to just hang out and build stuff. If you're hanging out and you're watching, you'll see the areas that I have trouble with, the areas that might be a struggle, or the areas that might be exactly the opposite, good, whatever. So I'm more about the build process. My experience is going to be different than others. So rebuild my Vorons the right way. I flipped that over to be able to start another print, but I think this is probably a great spot to call it, especially considering I leave in 3 days and I'm not ready. How are you today? I hope amazing. I am. Thanks, John. Especially, I mean, this is here. Let's just let's just leave that right there. Plenty of time. I still have to package the Voron that I'm taking with me, and some of that packaging is very custom. So, one is a drawing for what's behind you. Yeah, that's funny. So, yeah, we are, like I said, we are not done with this printer series. I still need to put the top hat on, finish and closing it. We'll tweak some of the tool change performance. Anything that the team feels that I need to, or I could tweak, I'll be listening to. We're not streaming this week or next Sunday, because I'll be at Smurf, but we'll be back at it the following week. So, just bought some more tickets. Awesome. Where are we up to? We are nearly at $8,000. I'm really hoping by Sunday, by next Sunday, I'd like to see this in 5 figures. That would be pretty awesome for Smurf, for SMF. Joel, the plan is the final print to polish off the series will be an ABS, an enclosed multi-material print. So, but it's printed now. Very first print off of this with no restarts, not even a first layer mess up. That's pretty impressive. With that, thank you. Thanks, LDO provided this kit. They provided the original V2 years ago as a beta V2 LDO kit. So big thanks to them for making streams like this possible. Thanks to everyone who gifted memberships, became members. And thanks to the draft shift team for being pretty awesome. I will see some of you, I hope, next week at Smurf. Otherwise, I'll see you back on here in a couple of weeks. Take care, everyone. Enjoy the build. Bye.